Hey y'all, today we're gonna go through Jack Straw. I had a request saying that somebody wanted me to go through this, so finally got the time to. This is a nice one. It's in the key of E. Lots of inversions on the E chord. The one that he uses mainly is this one right here. I've seen in most videos. It's middle finger on the 7th, pinky on the 9th, 7th on the A string, pinky on the 9th G string, and your index finger on the 6th D string. It's an inversion of E. He uses frequently. It's the beginning of the song. Other songs he has the same intro, but it's just different inversions. He does that a lot. Same chords, different inversions. Like It Looks Like Rain, it's this one. For Jack Straw, it's this one. And there's an opening riff that goes with it. Most of you guys would hear the Jerry riff. That's the Jerry riff, and then Bob's always doing the counterpoint, so he's doing a different string. He does the D string, the D string. The song. I've heard versions where they have a little E jam, or they could just 1, 2 go right into it. Dunn Company is usually the ones that does the jam before Grateful Dead goes right into it. So we're gonna do the Grateful Dead version. That's that riff. It's on the D string, 9th, 7th, 6th, and then up to the A string on the 9th, and then you switch to the 7th being the first string on the next part of the riff. So 7, 6, 9, 9, 7, 6, 9, 7, 6, 9, 6, 7. Riff going into it. The E sus on there. E, we can share. And then F sharp minor. He does this certain inversion of F sharp minor. Not this one. It's this one right here. Just like a index finger on the 5th bottom E, pinky finger on the B on the 7th, middle finger on the G on the 6th, and then ring finger on the 7th on the D. F sharp minor. All different inversions. This is just the one in the middle. Bob likes those in-between inversions. So from this, we can share the wine. From here you go to C sharp minor, and then stay right here for the A. In a lot of versions he hammers on the A, and then puts on the 5. Accent where he is. We can share women, we can share the wine. We can share the women, we can share the wine. And then right before you go back into that E, you put the sus on. So we can share the women, we can share the wine. Chord is the same inversion of E. He mainly stays in this area from the 5th to the 9th. That's all the inversions he's doing. So if you want to practice inversions in this area for all the chords in the key of E, you can get this song pretty good. Share the women, we can share the wine. E, and then a B minor right here at the 7th. It's not a bar one. He doesn't bar it, he kind of just does this floaty one. Or where it's like the bar one. It's just you take your thumb and put it on the top, and then your pinky bars the bottom three. So the thumb is on the 7th on the E, and your ring finger is on the 9th on the D. Oh, I'm sorry, 9th on the A. Your pinky finger's on the 9th on the D. Just the top of the chord. And then I'm doing B minor, so your index finger is barring the rest of the 7th on the G, the B, and the E. We can share what that chord we got of yours, and then switch to this D inversion right here, which is pretty similar to that B minor. You just take off your pinky finger, and your index finger that's barring the bottom 3 moves up to barring the bottom, or the middle 3. So you're not doing the bottom note anymore. It's kind of just this D at the 7th with this top at the 9th. And instead of doing this top note, which is this inversion, Bob does this. He puts this on pinky, or sometimes he doesn't put on the pinky. We can share what we got of yours. That's without the pinky. We can share what we got of yours, 'cause we can share it all of. So A after that, floaty A. A string's open. And then it's 5th B, 6th G, 7th D. So we got a train going on. So we'll do it from the beginning after this train goes by. So 1, 2. We can share the women, we can share the wine. Of yours, 'cause we done. So yeah, it's actually this inversion of A, I forgot. He does this one where it's E down here, just slide it all the way up to the 7th. It's kind of like this floaty A sus2. So the A string is open. Sometimes he does this A inversion, but a lot of the times he does this inversion. I don't know, it's definitely a royal chord. So we can share what out of yours, 'cause we gave it all. B major, so it's like B minor, but instead of doing the whole entire bar, you could just do the ring finger on the D, middle finger on the G, and the index finger on the B. And this is at the 9th and the 7th. So the first, you're starting at the 7th, B major. It's at the bar B major. It's just you kind of have stuff open, make that drony feel that Bob loves. So share the women, we can share the wine. We can share what we got of yours, 'cause we done shared all of mine. Da-da-da-dee, it's right here. Put the pinky on. And then from this, go back to this A, where it's just the floaty open A, drony feel. Not this one where you have the A string closed. It's a different openness. It's just the same B we were doing. Just slide it down, and then it becomes an exception because it's an A. So we can share what we got of yours, 'cause we done shared all of mine. And then yeah, it's this little riff down to A. He adds the bend up to the sus. So we can share what we got of yours, 'cause we done shared all of mine. So bend up the major 4 to the sus, and then sus2, and then the 1, walk down to E. So after that, after you do that A riff or hold the A, back into what the same thing you just did for the first part of the verse. So start over from the first E and then the F sharp minor. So, keep on rolling, just 1 mile to go. Keep on rolling, B minor, D or A, where you have the A string closed. And then this one you go, instead of going from B, D, like you did for the first one, you go B, A, just slide down to E, and E. Now you're going into the bridge part, now you're out of the verse. So one more time we'll go through that. 2. We can share the women, we can share the wine. We can share what we got of yours, 'cause we done shared all of mine. Keep on rolling, just 1 mile to go. Keep on rolling, my whole body, you're moving much too slow. Now you're into the power version of E. Instead of this one, go into the, which is 7th on the A, 9th on the D, 9th on the G, power E. And then from here, just dropping these 2 notes, these 2 fingers down to make it a full E11. This is a sus4 and a 7 together. Just kind of falls right into that from that. I just jumped the watchman, and then you go to the regular E7. So you're just basically putting on the sus on this E7 to make that chord. And everything else is open to keep that drone feel too. Right outside the fence. You can add that on there. It's $4 and change. Add on the sus sometimes. Ain't that heaven sent? So it's, I just jumped the watchman right outside the fence. Took his rings for $4 and change. Slide into it sometimes. Ain't that heaven sent? And then basically what you're doing right here, you just slide it up to F sharp 11. And that's an exception too, because you're putting on the E note for the 7. So you can play this one open as well, and it makes it a nice drony feel. It's all these little exceptions that all make sense. That heaven sent hurts my ears to listen, burns my eyes to see. Put down a man in cold blood, Shannon, might as well been. So from here, when you say me is when you're on the first chord of the jam 4-chord section. Best part of the song, in my opinion. So you do this inversion of E after, so you might as well been D. This version of D, before we were putting on the pinky on the bottom, and this version is on the top to get the bass feel. So it's same as before, the D at the 7th with the index finger, or no, the ring finger on the 9th. On the 10th is your pinky on the top for the D string, or for the D note. So B minor, same chord as in the verse, B minor, and then down to this A, where it's the open drony A feel. And then you put on the sus a lot. Every time you go around to the A, you can put on a sus. And then you end in E. And a lot of the times, there isn't really any specific inversions that he does right here. He's kind of just, we watch versions of him, we listen to versions of him, he's kind of just doing whatever he feels. It's a lot of this power one and this one. I've heard him go down to here too. So it's really all what you're feeling. Not really this one too many times, sometimes this one. But mainly that, or this one down here. So the chords are D, B minor, A, E. Cold blood, Shannon from the F11, F sharp 11. D, B he does in that part, but this is the main one. So if you learn that, then you can kind of get a feel for the feeling of the chords, and then you start going around different versions. Personally, this from the sus2 up to the major third on the D. Do this inversion of D right here at the 10th. Instead of the bar, you do it like this with these 3 fingers, but instead of doing it with these 3 fingers, you switch it to these 3. Pinky is on the 12th on the D. Index is on the G on the 11th, and your middle finger is on the B on the 10th. And you have this index finger back here, so you can take it off, put it on, make a little accent into the chord. So he does that too after. So if you're doing this one, you get those inversions down, and you start adding the other ones. B minor right here. It's just like the F sharp minor down here. Just move it up to here at the 12th and the 11th. I do it with these 3 fingers instead of these 3 fingers. Switch it, but as long as you're getting the right notes, that's all that matters. And then this A right here is another exception because the A string's open. It's like this E right here. Just move it up to the A. Just take your finger off because it's on the A string, so you can take that off and make it more drony feeling. So then he's coming to the verse. Back to the main 4 is what he does when he's singing. So this variation of D, this variation of B minor, this variation of A, and either this, or this variation of E. There's probably other ones, just the main bulk of what he does in the videos that I've watched. We used to play for silver, now we play for life. One's for sport and one's for blood, one of the knife. Now the die must fall. Now to come out of this, you do D, B minor, A, and then come out of it with A, D, right here at the, and so he kind of climbs up to this variation of G. So it starts right here at the D, which is the 5th and the 7th variation. Index finger on the 5th, and then your ring finger is barring these 3. D, G, B at the 7th. Much too slow, and then add on this for the G, this variation of G right here. Index finger on the D on the 5th. Ring finger on the, what is this, the 7th on the G, and then the 8th on the B. So much too slow. And then move it up to this variation of D that we've been doing. You can either add the pinky or not. And then this variation of G, which is the C variation of G, C inversion. Slide it all the way up. Do pinky on the 10th, ring finger on the 9th. So pinky finger on the 10th on the A, index finger on the, or no, ring finger on the D on the 9th, index finger on the G on the 7th, and your ring finger and your middle finger, I'm sorry, I'm getting all jumbled. Middle finger is on the B string on the 8th variation of G. And then he kind of walks that down, slides it down all the way to this inversion of E. This is where this inversion of E comes down in the song. And you can go back into the beginning. So now the die is shaking, now the die must fall. There ain't no winner in the game, don't go home with all. first verse. 4th day of July, sun so hot, clouds so low, eagles fill the sky. And then this one is a little bit different from the first verse. He does the drone A, and then I like this Dead & Company thing that he adds in. He does little A riff into it to make like a eagle cry. That's what I feel like he's trying to do. The eagles fill the sky. I'm not too good at it, but the eagles fill the sky. It's like a little bend up the major. B string, just bend it up and then roll down to the 12th, from the 14th to the 12th, and then 14th to the 12th on the G string, and then land in that A, and then add the sus. Eagles fill the sky. I'm still learning it, but it's a good one to practice. But like I said, you can hold the A. Eagles fill the sky. Playing with the lead, that's the lead section. Let the lead go. Fill the sky. Same thing as the first verse. Let us Santa Fe. Great Northern out of Cheyenne, from sea to shining sea. It's the bridge again. E11, E7. First train we can ride. Gotta settle one old school. One small, one of pride. There ain't a place a man can hide. Keep him from the sun. Ain't no bed can give us rest now. Keep us on the run. Emphasize that E on a lot of these. Different inversions to do. I can make a video on just this section and it would be hours long. But the main one that you need to learn is that four inversions. This one, this one, this one, and then at the end, put that power E in there. It's like a build-up jam. And then the last four, he emphasizes the E. Jack Straw from Wichita cut his body down. Look for him, shall a brave lay his body down. Half a mile from Tucson by the borderline. It's one man gone and another to go. My old buddy, you're moving much too slow. Dead & Company does, I'll add it in here, but the Dead & Company is do the first three steps of E major, G sharp minor, F sharp minor, E major, F sharp minor, G sharp minor, just those three, and E inversion. You can even go up to A. resolvedness. Yeah, but that's basically it. Like I said, there's tons of inversions to learn if you want to learn the inversions in the jam section, but other than that, that's the bulk of the song. Let me know if you want any more requests. I'll surely help you out. I could probably learn a thing or two while I'm playing it too. It's about Lily. She's napping. Until next time, guys.